Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to tonight's orientation call. Glad everyone's jumping on in. So it's great to see all the familiar faces and names coming in. If this is your first time joining us for a Riman orientation, please take a moment to tell us where you're connecting in from. What city, what state, what country of the world are you connecting in from? We always love to see how many people are connecting from around the globe. It happens now, right? Riman is going global. So it's amazing. I see a couple of different things coming in here. Tucson, Arizona, lovely, lovely. Colorado Springs, Orange County, San Diego, Orange County, California again. A lot of California. How's everyone feeling about the FIFA and the World Cup going on here? Huh? So much going on, so many sporting events happening. There's been so much news. Oh, Norway, I see that. Florida, wonderful. Sunny St. Pete, Seminole, that's wonderful. More Los Angeles, right? We always see people connecting from all over the globe anymore on these calls, and that's what I love so much about this is because as we have new people joining the opportunity and joining us for these orientations, we get to see how much Riemann is really growing globally across the world. And as they continue to open up more countries and people continue to come into these orientations and other orientations, it's really exciting for those of us that have been here as part of Riemann for some time. So I want to tell you, my name is Scott Allen. I am one of the many leaders here in the Riemann opportunity. I am extremely proud to be here tonight to introduce you to the opportunity. If this is your first time, you're going to hear a lot of great information. We don't expect you to remember it all. Get a pen and a pencil and a piece of paper and get ready to take some notes. But just remember, these orientation calls are every single week. Every Tuesday, you can come in and you can listen to other leaders talk you through the process, talk you through the program. I think so many of us have plugged in so many times and continue to attend to these orientations and the Thursday night opportunities and just listen. Because the more you hear about the opportunity from leaders in Riemann, the more you start to get it, the more you start to realize how big it is because you start to see all of these amazing people that know the same thing, right? Hey, they all know this thing that we're doing. We're replicating the same thing because it is this business that is allowing us all to grow. So we're really glad you're here. We're going to go through and teach you some of the basics of the opportunity, walk you through some of the things you need to know about, leveling up from planner to senior manager to team leader. You're going to hear from some amazing leaders tonight, a couple of which it's their first time on our call, which is great. You know why? Because that means we have more people who are feeling confident and comfortable in understanding the process and are wanting to share it with you as much as we have. So let me get going here and let's talk about what we're doing tonight. So, tonight's orientation, we're going to walk through a few things, right? We're going to walk through the Riemann system, the basics of the system. We're going to talk about your support system. We're going to talk about launching your business. We're going to talk about some of the different announcements that we have. You're going to hear from one of our leaders who's going to give you an amazing testimonial about her joining Riemann and what's going on with her. And so we're excited to get that information underway. Now, we always like to start out here. If you're new to the opportunity and you're not sure, well, who is Riman? Well, Riman is the company that was established in Korea back in 2018, and they basically, by having just a few products available at that time, sold over $2.5 billion in revenue in a very short amount of time. And for those of you that may not be familiar with the size of Korea, it's about 50 million people living in the country, and they sold over 40 million bottles of product in that short amount of time. Now, that is a substantial thing to understand. And for anybody who loves numbers or who looks into business and business processes, for any company to reach the billions of dollars in such a small amount of time says that that is a serious company because less than 10% typically get there within a 5-year period, some many years longer, right? So the fact that they sold that much and they became the number one number one rated K-beauty brand in Korea, which is where all of these amazing skincare products come from, that has to say something to a lot of people, right? They launched here in North America back in 2023. They launched in Hong Kong shortly after, and you can see on the slide here we have launched in several other countries over the past few months, over the past year. So, we're already in about 16, 20 countries or so, and it's going to be 50 countries in 5 years. That is the plan. That is what they told us a couple of years ago. And so far, every single quarter, we see several new countries opening up. We see the successes that these countries are having. We see the successes of the leaders in these countries, and we know that this is the right place to be. So you are in one of the most amazing opportunities with one of the most amazing companies that you could ever hope to be a part of. There's so much about Riman that you can learn, right? From their philosophy and their products, prices, planning, the people, all of these things. If you listen to the Thursday night opportunity call, if you've never been to one, take the time to go because that's when you really hear about the products. You hear about the hero ingredients, right? You hear about the giant Beyond Pool, the Jeju Lava Energy Water, our nanoliposomal technology that are things that are really part of Riman and our products, our microfluidizer, right? Our patents on the Beyond Pool in both Korea and in the US. These are amazing things that you should just be familiar with. You're going to learn more about the products as you use them. You probably already know that they are affordable luxury products. Everybody can afford these products. They are amazing, and what they do to your skin is even more amazing. And then the plan we're talking about tonight. And the last thing is people, right? I mean, all of the people, if you look on the Zoom call right now and you see how many people are joining us tonight, and every week we have several hundred people that join these calls consistently to come in and learn and be part of this giant community. And that's what I love so much. So the first thing we're going to talk about is your support system, and that is really Riman.com, right? When you sign up, when you pay that $20 to take part in this opportunity, which is nothing to start a business, right? You immediately have access to this website. And this website provides you everything you need, right? This is where you're going to enroll your new planners and distributors. You're going to enroll your new customers. You're going to be able to look up your sales orders and sales order history, see how your team is growing. This is where you can do business tools. You can look up your marketing tools as well. It's all provided to you as part of this opportunity. So the point is, you don't have to go out and start figuring out how am I going to track all my sales? How am I going to track my team? How am I going to know where I'm at? It is all provided to you through our support system, through Riman.com. So you want to make sure to take a look there. You want to visit your My Office area, right? So we call that the RBO, Riman Back Office, also referred to as My Office. Now, I highly recommend you bookmark both of those sites on your smartphone or your browser or whatever you use the most, right? Riman.com, rbo.riman.com. You're going to go there every day, if not a couple of times a week, because this is where you get to go in and check on how your team is doing. Look at your business snapshot, see the sales points and business points that are being earned, how many customers are purchasing, how many new customers have you signed up, how many new planners have you signed up, who's leveling up in the opportunity, including you, right? You're going to be able to see exactly where you're at and what you need to reach these other levels, which you're going to hear about later in this presentation. So be comfortable and be familiar with Riman.com and the Riman My Office for sure. Now, another amazing feature about the office is your mall. You get this personalized mall. When you sign up, you come up with a username that might be sort of fun and exciting. It might just be your name, which is fine too. If I was going to use Scott Allen, I didn't, but it would be, scottallen.riman.com. And that would be my personal mall link, my URL to send out to people to get them to join, to sign up, or to look at products, etc. But here's the thing. You don't have to remember it because it's in there. When you go into Riman.com and you look at your information, you can see the links that are available. So you can easily share your mall. You can easily share the planner enrollment link. So if you have somebody that's like, I love this, I want to sign up, make it easy. Send that link. These links, you can put them in a text message. You can send them via messaging, WhatsApp, Telegram, email, whatever you want to. They become a link that's clickable that somebody can go in. There's no mistaking. They are signing up or looking up under your information. The other thing that's really great is that they have these amazing shopping bag features. And so the shopping bag is a really simple way for you to be able to create a unique shopping experience. If you're talking to a potential customer or you're talking to a potential planner and they say, "Hey, I really want to look at, buying these products or this signature Riman ritual kit or the essential Riman ritual kit, etc." It takes no time at all to set up a shopping bag. You put in a title, put in a description, choose the country that you're offering it to. Country, we must be global. So you can add in the information as to who are you sending this link to, right? And then you add the product or products. And once you click on the create button, you can immediately share a link that when they click on it, it's even easier. It just opens up to the product or products you want them to purchase, and they can just check out. Right? It's so easy to do this business with all of the information that's provided. And the shopping bags, I can't say enough about how easy they make it for you to do the business, right? Now, the other part that's really important to know about, you can get there through Reman.com as well. You can also bookmark it separately, but the drive, you're going to hear that mentioned quite a bit by people who are in this opportunity. And why is it so important? Because the drive is the marketing area for you. This is for you as the planners of this opportunity, as the distributors of these products. You now have the access to the entirety marketing drive where you can get one sheets, you can get the brochures, you can get images, social media files. It's all created and provided for you. So again, you don't have to stop and go, "Oh, how am I gonna make a flyer for, whatever? How am I gonna design an image for the product? How do I crop it on my phone?" It's there. Just go into the drive and take a look, right? I suggest that you take a few minutes every week, right? You're never going to go in and figure it all out in one sitting, but go and spend 5 minutes, 10 minutes, go through each section, skincare, makeup, personal care, etc. The tools is really important. I do want to specify that when you go into the tools, and if you just hit the all planner tools at the bottom, you can find the PowerPoints that we're using in these presentations. You can find the videos that you'll see played by Riman at the conventions and during some of these presentations as well. And these are all available to you to be used. So when you're having your pop-up events or you're talking to someone and you want to make sure that they understand the whole process, it's very easy to go through and show them the opportunity or the orientation as needed. So take time, go through, look at the drive, learn what's there to make sure that you're doing the best you can because it's all available to you to ensure your business will grow, right? The next thing we're going to talk about, and this is available on the drive, is launching your business, right? So you made the decision to join the Remon opportunity. You said something about it sparked in you, "Hey, I'm going to spend the $20. I want to create a business. I want to be able to sell these amazing products. I want to be able to represent this. I want to help change people's faces and change people's lives," right? And so by launching your business properly, by filling out the form, it helps you to set in your mind exactly what your plan is, right? We all have different goals. We all have different ideas of what this business might mean to us. Some people are here because they just want a little extra income at the end of the month, for cost of living increase, or maybe they're trying to buy a new car, or they want to help, pay some of their kids' tuition. It might be, a couple $100 a month. It might be a couple $1,000 a month, or it might be a couple $100 a week or a couple $1,000 a week, right? So it is completely up to you. We've seen it all. We've seen people come in and they do a couple $100 a month and then they start to grow their business. Seen people come in knowing they have a specific goal. They go right in, they start that business, they level right up to a senior manager and they start right off the rock making the highest percentage they possibly can, right? So it's up to you, but take the time, fill out the goals, right? The short-term goals. Where do you see yourself in 3 to 6 months? You just joined this opportunity. Maybe you're trying to figure a few things out, so those goals might not be, overwhelming. And then but where do you want to see yourself in 2 to 5 years? Are you working a full-time job right now? Do you want to continue doing that? Is this a part-time side hustle? Is this going to replace a job? Is this in addition to something, right? Whatever it is that's important to you, you want to make sure that you take the time to go in and fill out the form and then put in your why. Again, your why is yours, right? And it determines exactly what you're going to do. It determines the importance of this business. It determines how you're going to proceed in the business, etc. Something I always hear our different leaders are saying all the time is that, you can't, you the belief comes from plugging into these meetings. The belief comes from listening to other people, and success requires action, right? Success requires urgency. If you just fill out the form and you don't do anything, nothing will happen, right? So it's about making realistic goals so that you can ensure that this opportunity will take you to the level that you're expecting it to take you to. So there's so much for you to be able to do here, and we're so excited to have you here as part of the Riman community. And make sure that, after you finish these orientations, talk to your upline, make sure you have a game plan. You're going to hear about that in the next few minutes about different game plans. But before we go into that, I want to take a minute now to stop and introduce you to another amazing leader. I've known Kristen for a few months now. When I first met her, it was at the Riman corporate office in Irvine, and she was dressed in this uniform, and I thought she was the Riman police. Just kidding. But she looked amazing. It turns out that she is in the Air Force Reserve. She is an amazing team leader from Colorado Springs. She is a proud mama of four kiddos. She is a military spouse, and she is really taking advantage of this business. And it is my pleasure to introduce you to Kristen Lyon.
Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you for the opportunity to let me share. After 19 years in the military service, service has been ingrained into me, and I just want to continue to do that with Riman. And I just also want to thank our corporate leaders, Mr. Danny Bay, for their support and their oriented mindset that's centered around service, right? It's exceptional to find that twice in my life, once in the military, now with Riman. So what a dream to be on here a little over a week after returning from my very first retreat. It was such an incredible time. I now truly understand the connection between Riman leaders. There's really just no way to describe it. The emotions and the experience we had. One of my favorite parts was actually connecting with people on a much more personal level. And it brought me to tears a ton. I'm not typically a crier either, so it was kind of fun. Uh, and what an invaluable tool. And yes, the retreat is a tool. It's a great place to have that mindset shift towards a business on a larger scale. It really wouldn't have happened at all without that trip to Costa Rica and those connections I built. Didn't even realize it, but my dream is to retire my husband into a career he wants to do, no matter the salary. We're kind of looking at that coming up on 19 years. Make sure our kids can enter their adult lives with debt free and retire myself so I can do this full time. Um, and I really didn't know I had that goal until I was in Costa Rica. And now I just realized that it's kind of my purpose on earth to bring happiness and clean options to people no matter where I am, and to really show my children that you can do anything, like no matter what it is. And you can switch what you want to do, no matter when. So funny story, I've been in the industry for 12 years, and my previous company kept raising the bar, raising the bar, raising the bar, and it was so demoralizing. Despite record growth, I could never meet those goals. And which is why I wanted to thank corporate, because each time they adjusted those, it was just another hit. And when I joined Remind, I was curious if I could achieve something like Costa Rica. And I did on my first try, but it wasn't by myself. It was a testament to the compensation plan, the design of the business, and teamwork. After I did decide to do it, our team really put in the effort. We had farmers markets, one-on-ones, trade shows, pop-ups, you name it. And they really showed grit, and their efforts encouraged me to keep going, even when I was doubtful. And the trip, well, it's kind of like a visualization of all your leadership efforts, mentorship, and it doesn't happen on accident. So I want to challenge you guys to choose to go to the Bahamas. And now when you go, you'll have the same responsibility I do to share everything I learn with my team, recage myself, recage them, mentor them, help them to get to the Bahamas too. Woo woo. And there's nothing like an incentive trip. I cannot believe I got there on the first try. I'm still so thankful. It really does build you up from the inside out. And if you set your goals, like what we were just talking about, write on there that you deserve it and you're worthy of it. I just want to leave you with go for it, go big, and we'll see you in the Bahamas. And next up, want to introduce a really awesome mom team leader from Cincinnati. We've been on Zoom together for many years, despite me growing up in Cincinnati. But we just first met in Costa Rica. So she's been in network marketing for over 20 years, and I'm thrilled to introduce Cheryl Tischer to you now.
Well, hey, thanks, Kristen. It was awesome meeting you in Costa Rica too, and so fun. And so, yeah, Cheryl Tischer, and I, like you said, I've been in the network marketing industry for over 20 years, and I absolutely love it. And if you might have heard that it's a business cleverly disguised as a personal development course, and that's really true. If you stay the course, you can actually grow professionally, personally, financially, whatever you would like. So what I'm going to do now is go over the senior manager game plan. And oops, there we go. Um, so as you know, we go from planner, which is where you're earning a commission of up to 10%, to a manager where you're earning 3,000 up to 20%, and senior manager, which you're earning up to 25% with a 5% override possible on your team. And um, If you look at the website, you'll actually see three different prices and three different numbers there. The first one is the retail price. The second one is your SP or your sales points. And the third one is your BP or your business points. You're actually using the SP for ranking or promotion purposes. And then the BP is being used for what you're being paid on. So if you're going to be a manager, you're going to need 3,000 SP over a time period of 3 months, three rolling months. So say you got started as a planner yesterday, June 15th. Then you would have the rest of June, July, and August to to achieve either manager or actually senior manager as well. There's some double dipping going on, and we'll talk about that in a second. So that's really awesome. So say that you talk to your friends, you have a K-pop up, and you become manager by the end of June. You've got 3,000 points. Woohoo, congratulations, you're a manager. But now you still have July and August to actually reach senior manager. So you get to use those points that you earned being manager. You're halfway there to senior manager already, and you've got 2 more months just to get to senior manager. So that is really the beauty of the business. Go to the screen. And so, how do you actually, earn those points? Well, you could actually, I think, as Scott said, you could actually get those points all by yourself. If you just want to order some starter kits, some individuals do that. It's a common thing for businesses to do too. But if you're not quite ready for that investment, then you can actually earn those points with a number of people on your team. So you can use your personal orders for that. You can or have your customer orders, your first level planner orders, and their customers as well. So all of you together can go ahead and get the 6,000 points or 3,000 in that same 3 month rolling period. And then the nice thing about this is that those positions are permanent. Once you become manager, senior manager, those positions are permanent. You cannot be demoted from those. So and then how you actually get paid on that is if you go over to the right side here, you'll see that you're earning that 25% senior manager on your personal orders and your first level. And then that's the 25% commission. Then you're getting that additional 5% on your open group. And your open group is basically between you and the next person of your same rank. That's like your open group team. So you're earning an additional 5% on that whole group, which is awesome. And then there are several additional bonuses that you can earn. I love the unilevel. It's pretty straightforward. You can just get 1,000 SP in a month with 10 lifetime customers. Lifetime customers are just customers who have registered under your account. They don't necessarily need to have ordered that month, but you just need to have the 1,000 SP, and then there's additional levels from there. Another bonus is the top retailer bonus, and that again is where you have 2,000 SP in a month with 10 active customers. Active customers are customers who have actively ordered that month. So, and then you can earn additional 5% on all the retail from that group. And again, that goes up accordingly, 4,000 SP with 20 active customers, you get the 10% additional retail. And each of those customers, you have a maximum of 200 SP per customer in that month. So even if they ordered a larger order, you can only have 200 SP per customer. So if you've got the 10 customers times the 200 SP, that would give you the 2,000 SP that you need for the 5% bonus. So there's just lots of opportunities. And again, you don't have to keep track of those. You can just go look in your back office. I definitely recommend going there several times a week, if not daily. Everything is tracked for you. You'll see the little slides where it tells you how far your progress is. It will tell you how many customers you have, how many planners you have. It will track all of that information. It will even tell you, what your commission is, month to date. So, and then how you get paid for that is basically half of what you earn goes to cash. 12.5% would go to a cash rebate, which are paid via your e-wallet. And then the other half, the other 12.5%, gets paid out in Riman dollars, which is basically a rebate on future orders. So that's a really nice feature to have when you're going to place your next order. You've got some of those dollars set aside for that. And then your additional 5%, of course, on your open group. Another thing to keep in mind is that you do need 3 active customers, which again means like active customers who've put in an order that month to release your commissions. You're never going to lose your commissions, but if you don't have your 3 active customers that month, then they'll just hold your commission and you'll get paid the following month when you do. And you don't need to make those the very first month that you make that you get your rank of like senior manager, you don't need to do, but then in future months you do. So let's see. I think that's all the things that are on this sheet. Oh, one other thing I was going to mention was that so even if you say as we were talking about before, if you become a manager in the month of June, and then say you become a senior manager in the month of July, again, you still can use those points towards your next promotion, your next rank, which we'll be talking about in a few minutes. But it's always a rolling time period, and so you can continue using those points as long as you're in the time period. So success loves speed. You really want to try to take advantage of some of that double dipping as far as manager, senior manager, team leader. And the other thing is, say something happens, life happens, say you get to the end of August and you haven't made senior manager, no worries. You're not going to lose all of your points. You're not going to go back to ground zero. You are going to lose the points from June, but you're still going to keep the points from July and August, and then you'll have September in order to make your senior manager position. So they've really thought of everything as far as really helping you to get the most and to have some great opportunities to really achieve that next rank. So we'll look at this screen here, which again just kind of talks a little bit about how the people on your team, how you're getting paid from them. Customers, of course, you can earn that full 30%, which is a 25% commission, the 5% override, and then even further, you can get all the way up to 40% with some of the bonuses. If you have a planner on your team, that planner is making 10%. So if you're making 30, they're making 10, you're making 20 off of that leg of your business. And then same thing with manager, they're now making 20%, you're making the 30. The difference between that is 10%. So Remont always pays out the full commission. It just depends, which level different people on your team are at as far as, who's getting what. So if you have a senior manager on your team, you're now making the same. You're both making 25%, but you're still able to make the 5% override on that team. And if you think that's kind of small, don't worry about that, because really you want to continue growing your team. You want to continue growing senior managers because they're growing a team that you'll be paid out as well. And that can end up being a very large portion of your paycheck. So that's really the screen. And if this seems overwhelming, everyone has felt overwhelmed in the beginning. Don't worry about it. Really, the way to really take care of overwhelm is just to take action. Take a step. You'll learn a little bit more. Take another step, you're going to learn more. Stay in touch with your sponsor, ask questions, and you'll be able to, it will all become much more easy to understand, and soon you'll be on these calls doing the training yourself. So, so again, a couple of things just to keep in mind is to use the products, use the products, when people have questions, you want to be able to answer their questions. You want to have that experience. You want to have your own testimonial. Again, stay in touch with your sponsor, your team, jump on these calls. If you have a team call, call, really plug in so that different aspects, and so that you don't leave money on the table because you didn't realize that you were so close to one of the incentives, but you didn't realize that, or you weren't looking at it. So do that, and then just remain coachable and teachable so that you're always ready for what's coming up next. And talk to people. That's really our main job: talking to people, reaching out to people, having pop-ups, asking friends to have pop-ups, getting out there on social media, all the things, and then have fun. And then people are going to ask you before you know it, they'll be like, huh, what are you doing with your skin? What's up? What's new with you? They're going to be curious. They're going to ask you questions, and then you can tell them what's happening. So I think that ends my part of the training here. I'm now going to pass this over to Hannah Park. She is a director with Riman. She is a real estate agent. She's a Medicare broker and a mom of three, and she is going to talk to you about the team leader game plan. Thank you.
Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you for the warm introduction. Hello, everyone. My name is Hannah Park, and I am a senior director here in Los Angeles, California. And I'm so excited to share with you the next rank team leader. Now, I have been with Riman for over 3 years, and when I was running for team leader, it took me a few months, but it was the biggest turning point because this is where leadership and compensation really start to work together. Okay, so this is a rank. You don't want to take your time. You want to get here as fast as you can because people will duplicate what they see and not what they hear. And once you achieve this rank, you will really create momentum, confidence, and belief for everyone on your team. Okay, so launching your business. So this is in any business, you'll move faster if you know where you are headed. Okay, so take a few minutes, fill this form out. This will not only give you clarity, but accountability, and this will really help your leaders. They'll know how to support you in this business. So rather than having 3 months like senior managers do, the qualification to become a team leader is to have a total of 50,000 points in your most recent 5 months. Okay. So with 3 senior managers on 3 separate teams, once this has been accomplished, congratulations, you are now a team leader. Okay. So this is the first leadership position where you can achieve 50,000 total points within the most recent 5 months. So either you can do 10,000 a month, you can do it in a few months, or within a week, just as long as you have a total of 50,000 points within the most recent 5 months, and develop 3 senior managers in 3 separate legs. Now, to understand the rolling months, like Cheryl said, okay, so if you were to start running for a team leader, this is month one. Whether it's June 1st or June 30th, this is month one. So you will have until end of October 31st to become a team leader. That is your rolling 5 months, okay? Now your commission quadruples 40%, and it gives you unlimited levels of commission and unlocks the leadership match program. And to maintain the team leader maintenance, you need 10,000 SP per month and at least 5 active customers to release your commission. There's also a group volume requirement. No more than 50% of your qualifying volume can come from a single team. So which encourages you to build balanced organization rather than relying on one strong team. So once you become a team leader, you can earn 40 to 50% commission, unlimited levels within your open team leader group, and leadership matching bonus up to 3 generations. Now, think of it this way. As a senior manager, you're building your business. And as a team leader, you're building leaders who are building businesses, which is where leverage starts to happen. So don't wait until month 5 to get serious, okay? The leaders who reach team leader fastest usually create momentum 60 to 90 days. So your commission as a team leader starts to scale because you're no longer getting paid only on your personal efforts, but you start to unlock 40% base commission, unlimited levels within your team leader organization, and leadership matching bonuses when you help others become leaders. Now, this top retailer bonus, this is one of my favorites because it really rewards customer acquisition. When you reach 10 active customers and 2,000 SP in retail volume, you earn an extra 5% on your retail sales. 20 active customers with 4,000 SP, you can earn an extra 10% from your base commission. So basically, the company will reward you for building a strong customer base, which really creates long-term stability in your business. Now, the biggest change as a team leader is that your business begins to scale. Instead of relying solely on what you can do for yourself, you're now creating results through your team's collective efforts. Okay, so the team leaders have access to the highest commission level in the compensation plan. The company rewards you for building customers, developing leaders, and growing your team. Now, on the left side, you'll see, the different commission percentages based on rank. And as a team leader, when you personally sponsor people into these positions, you earn the difference between your 40% level and their commission level. So from customers, you'll get the full 40% commission, 30% from your planners because planners will get their own 10%. 20% from managers and 10% from senior managers. Okay. So the other powerful feature that we have is the open group commission. As your managers and senior managers build teams underneath them, you can earn additional commissions on that volume generated throughout the whole organization. Okay, so this is where duplication starts to create residual income. You'll also see the unit level bonuses here. Like once you have 1,000 SP and 10 active customers, you unlock 6 additional levels of commissions throughout your organization. So think of it as another way that you're rewarded for helping your team grow deeper and not just wider. So with that being said, I'm sure it's no surprise when I tell you the fastest way to become a team leader is by identifying your 3 senior managers and then helping each of them build their senior managers. So many people focus on trying to do this on their own, the whole 50,000, but the most sustainable path is to duplicate senior managers. Okay, so remember, like when you build 1 senior manager, you're starting to create momentum. When you build 3 senior managers, you create leverage, okay? And when those senior managers start building senior managers, you've created a business. So focus on helping the 3 people become senior managers and you will naturally become a team leader. Oops, sorry. So with that being said, that wraps up my portion of the call. But up next, you'll get to hear from Desiree. She is an amazing team leader. She's a teacher. She's been doing Riman for 8 months, building an incredible team. So help me welcome Desiree Lothario.
Hi, thank you so much, Hannah. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm just so honored to be on this call. Let me tell you about Hannah. When I met her in Costa Rica, she was able to, she's so encouraging and inspiring. So I just want to thank her for her time. Thank you to all these amazing leaders that are on. Hi, everyone. I am Desiree Lothario, and I'm so excited to be here. And a little bit about myself, you guys. There are 2 reasons why I got started in this business. 1, I knew the products work, and 2, your girl just needed to make extra money, right? And as a teacher for more than 20 years, I knew that there was a cap as to how much I can make. And when I realized that this is an amazing opportunity, I just had to jump in. And low key, I really need to make an extra $250 just to pay for my daughter's jiu-jitsu tuition. Yeah, $250. Crazy, right? Anyways, it has completely surpassed my expectations, and I'm so excited to share with you on how it is that we're able to build this business. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so let me share my slides. All right, you guys. And we're going to be cooking. Here we go. Yes. All right. All right. So let's get started. So, let's talk about launching your business. Committing to your plan is a way and a very important way for you to start your business. Schedule your 2K pop-ups right away. You're excited and excitement will create action. Action builds business. Commit to 2K pop-ups just in case your guests cannot make the first one. That is okay. You can have your second one, right? And K pop-ups can range 4 to 5 people. Super K pop-ups could range 30 to 60 or more. All I knew when I first got started, you guys, is I just needed to get Riman in front of as many people as possible in a short amount of time and as fast as I possibly could. So be excited when you invite, right? For me personally, I even just carry a second set of Rimmon skincare products wherever I go, just in case I need to do a K pop-up wherever it is that I am. Now, let me tell you a quick story is when I first got started, my first K pop-up was 5 guests, okay? And that was at our hula studio right before we hit the dance floor. And they all became customers, and one of them is on her way to becoming a team leader, Tracy Yee. And as a team, we just made a goal to get Riman in front of people's faces for them to try it once again as fast as possible. After our 5 a.m. gym sessions, Anne Rivera, she's amazing. After we're working out and we're sweating, she's over here and bringing people to the bathroom with her mini skincare. And so it's like we were just ready to go and we were so excited. We were on fire. So in almost 8 months, we've put Riman in front of 500 plus people, and our team is just having so much fun, you guys. And as you know, as a guest, we had a guest after Costa Rica. We're like, okay, I'm excited. Let's have a K pop up. So on Sunday we had a K pop up, and one of the guests says, "You guys are just having a lot of fun, aren't you?" And I was like, "Yes." All we do is we help people and teach them how to wash their faces with this amazing brand, and teach them how to teach others how to wash their faces with this amazing brand. Keep it super simple, you guys. That is why it's important for you to make your list. Do not prejudge, right? You never know who is looking for a second stream of income, diversifying their income, who is struggling with their confidence, or just simply needs to improve their skin. So our job is to share Remon, and it is up to them if they want to be a customer or a planner. The longer your list, the more successful you will be. Over invite to your K pop ups. 20 to 30 people, 5 to 7 people will be there or show up. It's just part of the business. We had people that said they were coming on Sunday. They didn't come, but it's part of the business. We just keep it moving, right? My first list, when I first got started, my first list just consisted of my friends and family, the people that I trusted. They trusted me. And you know what, you guys, we will continue to add on to your list daily. It's never ending. Everyone has skin, right? Everyone is into K beauty. And why can't it be from you who introduces them to Riman? All right. So next, create your product and business story. Take a before and after picture of when you get started to share the progression of how your skin is moving and making, and how it's feeling and how it's looking. Now, here's the thing. If you don't see progress yet, that's okay, because you can actually screenshot one of these amazing before and afters. And when I saw these, I was blown away. Then when you meet these people in person, you are blown away even more. You're like, wow, your before and after pic looks just like how you're looking right now. And in person, it's amazing. So take a look, screenshot one of these. Here's another slide as well, you guys. So borrow these before and afters, right? And all I did in the beginning was I sent before and after pictures to my friends and family, not of me, really, until I started to see the results. But they were blown away by some of these pictures and they knew they needed to try it. So go ahead and screenshot. All right, let's keep it moving. So grow your business with attending events. Now, we need to take this business seriously. That's why you need to plug into the system that Remon provides for us. We are here on Tuesday, every Tuesday, for orientation. So you can put today's date down, right? And you can tick it off knowing that you just completed it. When you continue to listen to these calls, you will begin to learn the ins and outs of this business. Now, for me, when I plug into these events, I take action because honestly, you guys, listening to these leaders before me, I am pumped up. I'm energized. It does recharge you, right? So they will continue to allow us to take action and continue to grow. When I first got started with Riman, I kid you not, I was just ignorance on fire. I had no idea what I was doing. And as Cheryl mentioned, you just keep moving forward and you will take action, you will learn and you will earn, right? So we recommend is just, commit to these calls weekly, like commit to 10. So you will get confident in speaking about the business. But let me tell you, I won't stop at 10. I will continue to plug into these calls, as I said before, because it recharges me. All right. The next thing, let's talk about the presentation opportunity calls. Remon has opportunity calls every week, which is amazing on Thursdays. This Thursday, we have our senior director, Ms. Karen King, who inspires so many people. You guys, even everyone needs to hear from them, as well as Sharon. You, when I met Sharon and spoke to Karen, they just poured into you. So I know that you, whoever it is that you want to introduce this business to, they need to meet them and meet them on Thursday, right? Your guests will hear from these incredible leaders who are building businesses, and they will be inspired to grow and learn their story and how they're able to make Remon successful for them. All right, you guys. All right, let's keep it going. So, in addition, some team events, we have some teams have events on Mondays. We have team events that could happen twice a month, local events. Just plug into them, meet with your local leaders, and collaborate with others. What I love about this business is how we all really take care of one another. I love that. Next, write down, you guys, the first convention date. Who's excited about that? If you're in business, you're probably already excited. You already booked your flights because you were committed, right? August 7th through 9th, planning your trip. Plan it now. Commit. Make a commitment today because this is where leaders will are born. Your business will go through the roof. Our team just went, our team, that was our first convention. I believe it's in March, right? And we just came back running. You can definitely listen to the heart and found of our founder, Chairman On. You'll get to hear from Mr. Danny Bay, Miss Karen Kang, Miss Betty Perez. You will love this company even more as you learn about what makes Riman so special, you guys. All right. And as I mentioned, we came back from convention and our eyes were bigger, our dreams were bigger, and our team just continues to grow because of this convention that's coming up. It's right around the corner, so commit. Now, if you are ready to hit the ground running, Riman has starter kits available for you. Now, let's talk about it. As mentioned by these incredible leaders, as you need 6,000 SP to become a senior manager, Riman has made it possible for you to promote to manager or senior manager as soon as possible. These kits right here are strategically made so you can try one of every product. They also include free products if you look through it closely. So you get more bang for your buck. We have United States, we have Canada. So there are points associated with the SP. Choose the one that best works for you. When you invest in 2 premium starter kits, gets you to manager, right? 4 premium starter kits get you to senior manager, so you can earn 30% as you start to introduce the products and the business to others right away. But you only have access to these kits 30 days, you guys. So on your 31st day, these kits will not be accessible to you. So I challenge you, don't overthink, hit the ground and hit it running, right? Next slide. Okay, and anyone who achieves the rank of manager or senior manager, no matter their enrollment date by June 30th, you get this free mini custom Riman tote bag. How cute is that? In addition, I'm not even done. I'm so excited about this because we know that momentum is built through consistent leadership and customer growth. Look at this slide. You can earn additional bonuses in the month of June, achieve the qualifying team leader open group SP milestones during the promotion period, and you guys, you get to unlock additional bonus earnings that ranges from $1,000 to $10,000. That is incredible. All right, so in closing, you guys, right now is the best time to start this business. We will be, in 50 countries within the next 5 years. I don't know if you understand how big the magnitude of that is. And there are multi-billion-dollar businesses that they were only in 2 to 3 countries where the top earners earn millions of dollars in a short period of time, being in only 2 or 3 countries. Okay, imagine. Sky is the limit. We are going into 50 countries, not in 10, not in 15, in the next, within 5 years, right? So what I love about Riman is you don't have to be a certain rank to recruit outside of your country. We are all one server. As long as you become a distributor here at Riman, you are able to have customers and planners and recruit planners in any of the countries that we are in, all right? And as we start to grow, you will realize that if you don't know anybody in any of these countries, someone in your network will, right? This is an incredible time. This time will not come again. Do not overthink it. All right. So once again, we are here every Tuesday to help you learn the review the nuts and bolts of this business. This Wednesday, we have a special call with Professor Angie, and she will analyze and share the importance of cleansing and Riman cleansing offerings. And every Thursday, we will have incredible leaders sharing the opportunity. So if you are not yet confident in sharing the business, that's okay, right? Invite them to Thursday's call. where they will get to meet Miss Karen King and Sharon Yu. And these ladies have inspirational stories, and they will help your guests learn about the Riman opportunity. Take a screenshot of June's calendar of events. There's Leadership Academy that will continue to plug in, stay consistent, and watch your business grow. So going back to the reason why I got started, the products transform my skin. I needed to make an extra $250 to pay for my daughter's jiu-jitsu class. This business has surpassed my expectations. And I asked myself, the other day is what if I said no to this opportunity? What if I did not take action, right? I would be in the same situation I was 8 months ago. So start, commit, take action, and watch your journey unfold into something bigger and better, right? So when you first get started, you might ask yourself, well, what if I fall, right? That's okay. The real question is, what if you fly? So thank you, Scott Allen, Kristen, Cheryl, Hannah Park. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. We're so excited to have you on, and if we have an amazing week. Bye, guys.